Hi, fire signs. My name is Michelle Kelly. Welcome to This Is Your Sign. If you've already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. Welcome, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, to your September 2021 Spirited Messages. So this is from today, the day that you receive it, for the rest of the month of September, or whenever this video finds you or you find it. So let's see what the divine has in store for all of the fire signs for the rest of September 2021. All right, the first card is building blocks and it's upside down. The next one is to the sea, and the last one is the tribe upside down. So what this tells me is the building blocks, the things you've been working on are coming down. You guys, maybe you had a brick wall around you and felt like you really needed to guard and protect yourself. And this has turned your world upside down. Wherever you are on your journey, things aren't going the way that you thought that they would. So something happened. I don't know what started to bring your building down, but this is so you could address any cracks in the foundation. The next one is to the sea, and like this lady is just going with the flow. So it seems like right now that you guys are going with the flow, but I want to tell you, when you go with the flow, you don't just go with the flow. Like, you're like, fine, you take it. All right, God, you know what? I'm letting go. And part of the reason you start doing that is like, fuck it, you take it. Because you tried everything else and it didn't work out and you were being shifted, and now you have learned just to release. So even if you're like, okay, my hands are, there's nothing I can do about it, I'm just gonna read my book and sail away. But this is telling me that you guys are going in the right direction. You really are. I know, fire signs, sometimes it doesn't feel like that. Sometimes it feels like you're going in the wrong direction. But even though it feels like that, it doesn't mean that it's true and that you are. This road is very bumpy and there are potholes and your car breaks down, and I'm just using the car as an analogy, but like, thinking everything has to go perfectly and smoothly doesn't mean like you're on the wrong track. If things don't go perfectly and smoothly all the time, it doesn't mean that you're on the wrong track. It just feels like you're on the wrong track. But this is letting you know, the divine letting you know, you guys are going in the right direction. And if you have a little bit of peace right now, I wish that for you. But this has turned your tribe upside down. So maybe the people that you have counted on or have relied on, that you thought were going to be in your life forever, or they were going to be on this journey with you, this is telling me that maybe you're finding new people to help you go on this journey, on this part of you're entering into a territory where you haven't been yet. That's okay. It doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It just means that you're being shifted and redirected. But a lot of times when you get shifted and redirected, it is painful and it is hard and it doesn't happen smoothly. So I'm going to read out of the book a little bit more because I want you guys to feel peace and to have some hope about this journey, because a lot of times when you're in it, it is scary, and it's okay to be scared. And what can you do when you're scared? You can pray. And if you guys aren't big prayers, and that's okay too. You don't have to. If you don't believe in God or you're not really sure about it, you guys, I've shared this before, but this could be your first time watching this. During the pandemic, a few of my girlfriends came over and we made these God boxes, and it says pray, it says let go, and it's all blinged up, but I write little letters to God. I believe in God. You might not believe in God. Maybe you believe in the divine. Maybe you believe in spirits. Maybe you believe in angels. I'm trying to say angels. I almost said Angela, which is my son. So I write these little letters to God. Dear God, please bless so-and-so. Help her realize you're present or that you're around her. Thank you. Love, Michelle. And then I put the date on it. And I put it in here and try and let it go. So that's a way of trying to let things go. Now, if you don't believe in God and you can create any kind of box that you want to. I don't believe this shit, but I'm going to try it anyway. That's okay. If yours box is, I don't believe this shit, but I'm going to do it anyway. Like, try it that way first. Like, we're not all in the same place at the same time, but if you're watching me and you're drawn to me, then you are drawn to the spiritual world, which it starts differently for everybody. And maybe it starts by somebody that you loved passed away and you pray to them, or you feel their presence around you, or however you believe it is the right way for you. So that is just one thing you can do. Another thing you can do is go find things that bring you joy and make you happy. That is a way to go with the flow, to distract you. It doesn't mean you're not going to worry. It doesn't mean you're not going to be scared. It doesn't mean it's not going to be hard, but it means less time in the danger zone, which is your head. Also, calling other people, ask them how they're doing. That gets you out of yourself. Volunteering, doing things for other people is a great way to distract you too. Sometimes when you're in this stuff, it's very hard to think of what you can do, because a lot of times it's very normal to focus on what you can't do anymore, or what you don't have anymore, or what has been removed for you. So it says, now is the time to address the cracks in the foundation of your life. Perhaps your values have changed, and it's time to strengthen your conviction and let go of the things that no longer serve the vision you have for your life. Or perhaps you choose to ignore the signs or the situation and agreement you have entered into is not right for you. Remove the rotten pieces and reinforce your core moral strength and integrity. Now is the time for rigorous honesty, for you are called to renovate and upgrade your consciousness. You will be so happy when you do so. Spirit has a spectacular blueprint for your life, far beyond your imagination. Don't be afraid to replace what is not solid. So you guys, this is saying that you are being redirected for a reason. And honestly, you guys are on a spiritual path. You are the chosen. The divine has chosen you. I know it's a job that you don't want. It is a hard job. You are shifting. You're able to address the cracks in your foundation. The reason why you're being shown to go back to your foundation and check out the cracks, it's because you need to heal that part of you right now. And a lot of times what happens when you're not able to address the cracks in your foundation by yourself, because none of us are. We all need help with this, by the way, and there's nothing wrong with you. You're just being shown that you need to heal certain parts of you right now. And a lot of times what happens is it has to get physical. And how it gets physical is it comes out in your body. So usually when you can't hear the divine calling you, it's not this smooth, paved, wonderful road that's just rainbows and sunshine. I would love to say that it is. You do get rainbows, you do get sunshine, but they're not every moment of every day. And if it was that smooth and that easy, you wouldn't be able to address what you need to address. And part of that is it's time for you guys to heal the parts of you that you weren't able to address up until now. So what I was saying is it usually comes out in your body first. So how does that happen? Headaches, anxiety, depression, dizzy spells, stomach issues, joint issues, back and neck pain is really what I'm saying. Back pain, neck pain, just the divine helping you slow your roll and to stop and redirect. And you guys, a lot of times when you can't do it yourself, which most of us can't, we can't do this shit ourselves, it's hard, it gets done for you. Something will happen to make you shift. You'll get in an accident. Your body will hurt so bad that you won't be able to do the job that you're doing anymore. It has to get physical in order for you to pay attention. This to the sea, fine, I'll freaking go with the flow right now. Thank you. Thank you for being willing to go with the flow. However that happens for you, it isn't easy to just get in the bathtub and let God take you, let the divine take you, let the spirit take you. But a lot of times when you go with the flow, you have to be forced into the flow. Totally normal. So you guys, you're gonna be okay. You are okay. If you're watching this video, you are better than okay. You are alive. You are breathing. The other thing I want to let you know too is gratitude list. If you could start writing down what you have, you'll get to see it on paper. A lot of times it's easier to see everything you don't have, everything you've lost, and what you're afraid that you're not going to have. Totally normal. Even if you can just write down 3 things every day, I suggest you get a gratitude journal. Write the date next to it. I am grateful for, I'll help you start, breathing, the sunshine, being able to walk, being able to see, being able to hear. It could be for your car, it could be for your job, it could be for your children, it could be for your pets, it could be for your parents. But these are just kind of ideas. Make sure you write the date next to it. Please try and do this every day. I promise you your list will grow. But when this process is happening, it is normal to feel the fear. This is feel the fear and walk through it anyway. So when your tribe is upside down, you know, sometimes God is removing, spirit, the divine, your angels, your ancestors are removing the people that you've outgrown, the people who are no longer able to help you, and for you to help them. So this is not a rejection of what's wrong with you. This is your new people are going to show up for you. And it's like a clearing of this space. A lot of times, you guys, we are taught, don't quit your job until you have another job. Don't do this until you have always have backup first. This is more about the space is being made for you. So it's scary as shit though. It is scary as shit to lose it first and have nothing to replace it, but it's also called faith. I know that whatever I'm losing, it's going to be replaced by better and bigger and more. And I don't know if you guys ever saw, I have to get a picture of it. I'm so drawn to it. It's Jesus with this humongous teddy bear, but it's behind his back and it's him asking a little girl for her teddy bear. And she looks like she doesn't want to give it to him. And then he has this huge better bear behind his back ready to give her when she's able to let go of the thing that she loves the most. So I feel like that is what's happening for you guys. Like you're holding on to your security, but there's bigger and more and better out there for you. You guys, we are not meant to go backwards. You're always upgrading and you're always going forward. But when this process is happening, it's normal to have the fear of the, what if it's worse? It's not worse. It's always better. So just remember that. But when it's upside down, it's saying, beware of compromising your integrity in order to belong. How do you dim your light or change yourself so others will accept you in the tribe? Do you hide who you really are to play the role within a larger role? This will never fulfill you. Now is the time to assess your willingness to be real. Stand tall. Be you. Authenticity is a true self-expression and the only way to empower yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself and step into the role your heart tells you to make. Making yourself small bears too high a cost. So what this is telling me right now is, you guys, okay, I'm going to talk about abandoning yourself. And that's what this card is telling me, that maybe you've been with people where you feel like they don't really want to hear what I have to say, or if I say this, they're going to reject me, or you just feel like you can't be yourself. And usually what that means is you're not feeling safe with the people that you're with in order to be yourself. You don't just wake up one day and be your authentic self. You first have to realize that you haven't been able to be your authentic true self. So my one girlfriend told me this, and I never forgot it. When you are walking on eggshells, you are not with your soul tribe. A lot of times you don't know you're walking on eggshells until you're not walking on eggshells. But when you feel like this person really doesn't want to hear what I have to say, or if I say this or do this, I'm not going to work here anymore. They're not going to be my friend anymore. They're not going to like me anymore. You guys, you weren't going to work there anyway, any longer. You were going to lose that job. That's not the right place for you to be. This person was going to stop talking to you anyway. This person was going to reject you anyway. Thinking we can control this stuff is very normal. Like, if I'm not myself, this person will like me. Chances are this person is going to find a reason to reject you eventually anyway. But when you're in this situation, what is actually happening is you're rejecting yourself. You're not allowing yourself to be you. But the fear of, if I say this or I do this, things are going to change. Things are going to change anyway. I know rocking the boat. You don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to be the first one to rock the boat. The boat's going to get rocked anyway. And whether you rock it or somebody else does, it was going to happen anyway. But a lot of times, even for me, I used to have to wait for somebody else to rock the boat first before I was able to get out. I am now able to rock the boat, but it's a process. It doesn't just happen. So it's something that you need to step into, to walk into. The more you do it, the more you're able to trust it, the more confidence you get, and then the easier it becomes. So, you know, saying something or not saying something, maybe you went along, and then you flip out. You don't just all of a sudden not go along, but maybe you go along, and you flip out sooner. And then maybe you go along, and you flip. Like, every time it gets less and it gets easier. Not you just snap your fingers, your authentic your authentic self, and you just live happily ever after. It's a process of undoing, and you guys are in this process, and this is the divine recognizing you and saying, you guys are doing a great, great job. This is not easy. So this is saying revealing radiance, and there is a beautiful pearl in this oyster, and it says, my light illuminates the world. You guys, you don't realize what a pearl you are. And this is the divine telling you, you are that pearl in the oyster, and your light does illuminate the world. And I think you're starting to know it. It like again, I was saying, God, I'm tripping over my words today, but you guys, this is a process. So please reveal your radiance to the world. The world needs to see your light shine. I think people know this about you. I think you're starting to realize this about you. But how you do this, it's like being a baby. You know, when there's a baby, you don't expect the baby to feed itself, to change itself, to do anything on its own. A baby's only job is just to be. And then, you know, the baby starts to laugh and people are just like, oh my God, the first time you smile, it's like the biggest deal. So this is like, you guys have been a baby. Now you're starting to crawl, and maybe you've been crawling, but now I think you're realizing you have legs and you can stand on your own and you're going to be okay. But the world needs to see you guys and what you have to offer. And I know you guys have been hiding yourself, and it's time to come out of your shell. So the next one is letting go. And again, this is about the fishes are going with the flow. I surrender I can never say this word, joyously. There you go. I can't repeat it. To the ebbing and flow of life. And again, these fishes are letting go and going with the flow. But remember, I told you guys, and right when I looked at the clock, when I was saying about letting go, it was 2222. So holy shit, you guys, look up the twos. If you're drawn to numbers, please look them up. They're very spiritual. So you guys, you are starting to go with the flow. But remember, I told you, it's like, fine, you take me. That's okay. It doesn't matter how you get there. The next one is simplifying your life. I cherish the simple pleasures of life. So this woman is clearing up her life, but what it's telling me is maybe you guys are feeling overwhelmed or have been feeling overwhelmed. And part of simplifying your life, and I'm going to tell you guys this, I listened to a book. It was on Hay House. If you ever get that app, it is wonderful. Or go on hayhouse.com if you're into the oracle cards, if you're in, and I know if you're watching me, you're into all of this, the spiritual life, the spiritual world, because you're the chosen and you're being called. Feeling overwhelmed when you have this gift is very normal. Not knowing where to start, where to begin. But the book I listened to is called From Clutter to Clarity. And so a lot of times when you feel overwhelmed, I'll just give you a little sneak preview. This book was amazing and it helped me so much. But it was saying, when you feel overwhelmed, a lot of times you're not afraid of the first thing. You're afraid of the thing that happens after it. So like this lady, this woman is like cleaning up her life, her closet, her house. And maybe you guys need to clean some things up, but maybe if you clean up your house, you're like, if I clean this house up, I'm gonna have to invite people over, and I really don't like inviting people over. Or if I clean up, I'm gonna have to have everybody over for Thanksgiving, and I don't want to have Thanksgiving in my house. You guys, you can clean up your house and not have people over for Thanksgiving. You don't have to do that. But getting started, starting small, instead of saying like, God, I have to clean up my whole house or I have to clean up my kitchen, you start Maybe I'll just clean the dishes out of the sink. Maybe I'll ask somebody to come over and help me because I'm so overwhelmed. I don't know where to begin. It is okay to ask for help during this process. People love to help. You love to help. You like being needed. Other people like being needed too. The next one says Mending Bridges. I heal rifts. I am a mender. So this girl, and what this, oh my God, how this is speaking to me is like, you guys, you're a healer, you're a mender. You're stuck in between the worlds right now. You're stuck in your old life and you're entering in the new life, and you're like, you feel torn, and I get it, because when you really go on to this spiritual life, it is gonna change a lot. You guys, I know you feel torn. I know you're healing, you're working on mending things. You are not meant to carry everybody over the bridge to the sunlight. You're supposed to just let them see the sunlight. They're not ready yet, and you are. Part of this process is you want to bring everybody with you, and this is the divine letting you know you can't, it's not your job. So I got these new cards, Mixed Emotions. I am so excited for them, and I'm using them on you guys today. It says ashamed, unworthy, disgraced, and humiliated. So you guys, I'm getting the feeling that maybe there's some things you've done in the past that you feel shame about, or that you have this gift. You feel like there's something wrong with you because you have this gift. There is nothing wrong with you, but dealing with the shame, I'm gonna let you know, I had to go back and do a lot of work on my childhood issues, and maybe this is letting me know that this looks like there's a mother figure there who is maybe shaming you for what you have or what you're not doing. It looks like a woman there, but it's like you have to address the shame. Where I have gone to address the shame, and this has been passed down for generations and generations, and part of your healing, part of your mending, part of this is you guys are here to shift, to change, to no longer carry the shame that has been passed down for generations. Where I go, where I've gone to address this is hard, deep shit. If you're watching me, you guys are deep. I go to ACA. It is Adult Children of Alcoholics and Dysfunctional Families. So even if there was no apparent alcoholism in your family, there's religious abuse, there is food addiction, there is drug addiction, there is mental illness. This program is for anybody who has had any kind of trauma in their family. Every single family has had trauma, and this bundle keeps getting passed down. You're the person to stop carrying the bundle. There's also Codependency Anonymous. There are 12-step groups out there, but you guys, you have carried the shame for you and your family for way too long, and it's time to release it. And bored, it says uninterested, apathetic, and jaded. So this is letting me know that where you are in your life is, you guys, you are bored. Like this, whatever you're doing, it was enough for you, and it's not anymore, and that's okay. It's okay. This bored, it's kind of because you're not sure which way you're supposed to go and how you're supposed to do it. Ask your guides, your angels, your ancestors, whoever has passed away that you pray to help you find the people, your tribe. Send the people to you. They're gonna come find you too. Happy. this is what's on the other side. Blissful, joy, and content. You guys, the divine wants you to be happy. You are going to be happy. This is telling you the way, the space that you've been in is you are experiencing boredom. Your spirit is being recharged. The people are coming in. I know you have to clear this stuff up. You're not meant to do it alone, fire signs. You are not. If you cannot find what you're looking for, if you feel like, where's my child? I can't find them. Create the things you wished existed. It means you're meant to create the space for the people to come in. If you guys have always created everything, then this is your time to sit back and let the divine, let your people come find you. It's where if you're used to doing everything yourself, then this is saying, I think you guys are used to doing, and that you really need to address what you've been overwhelmed about. Start addressing that. Start mending these bridges. You can mend them and not bring them with you. You are going to be happy. You're meant to be happy. The divine wants you guys to be happy. So this is your sign signing off. If you're still watching, thank you so much. And I will see you guys all next week. I put videos out every Saturday, except for if there's 5 Saturdays in the month, I take the 4th one off. Thanks, fire signs.